Hey, how you guys doing? Today we're back playing Animal Crossing and I thought I'd try a challenge I saw on Instagram where I designed some tiny rooms. I've only got a 4x4 space to work with, so let's see how I get on. So first of all, I apologise if my voice sounds a little bit gross because I am recovering from Rona, which is not fun, but luckily I'm alright. But that's why my voice sounds a little bit interesting. But for this first build, I wanted to make a restaurant, and at this point I didn't know exactly what sort of restaurant I wanted to make, but I do settle for a sushi bar in the end. And because of the small space, I didn't have much room to work with in terms of making a restaurant, so all I made was a bar with some seats and a very, very tiny sitting area. But at this point I don't know how to put any of that in, and I'm just working out how to divide the space up. And I think sometimes when you have limitations like having only 4x4 to work with, I think that encourages creativity. So in my head, when coming up with this design, I thought that it could be a sort of secret sushi place that only the locals would know about. So if you wanted some of the best sushi in town, you'd have to know someone that knows where this place is, or you'd have to be a regular there. I think a lot of these rooms look quite good when you turn the lights off and then you use the ceiling items to illuminate the room, and it sort of gives this very natural and realistic lighting that looks quite cool, I think. So we finished the room now, and I gave this one to Walt, who I thought would be a good person to own this restaurant. Now on to the next build. We have a house for a special someone that is my favourite special character in all of Animal Crossing. They pop up when you're swimming in the sea, and they'll give you some words of wisdom, and they're very chill, and then they just sort of swim off, and that's it. So I thought I'd build them a little hangout for them to chill after a long day swimming at sea, or doing whatever this person does. I think designing rooms in Animal Crossing works best when you have a certain colour scheme in mind, because for this room I wanted to use a mixture of white, red and a little bit of blue, which is the colour scheme of this certain character. But when you have a certain colour scheme in mind, everything sort of comes together and works together. It was quite interesting working with such a small space because it forces you to try different things, to change things up. You can't just have a bunch of stuff lining the walls, which is what I usually gravitate towards. But when designing these rooms, you have to break into the middle of the room because otherwise it just looks quite boring. But when you have a small space like this, it means that you can add a lot of detail because you don't have that much ground to cover. You just have this little room and you can fill it up with all this stuff. So if that Scallop didn't give it away, the special villager that I love so much is Pascal. And I think he likes his little home. So for this build I wanted to do something much more different when compared to the other two, because this one is much more Western inspired, and I wanted to make a vintage office for a particular policeman. He'd probably hold meetings here, and he'd spend a lot of his working days here, on the phone probably. Now, I don't know what crime happens in the Animal Crossing world, but he would be the guy that you would go to if you're in trouble. policeman I'm talking about is, of course, Booker, who is a classic Animal Crossing character that has been in since the very beginning, and he's always looking out for people. He is a bit clumsy though, I guess, but I think he's adorable. Look at him sitting there just taking it in. So thank you very much for watching. I appreciate you making it all the way to the end of the video. Hope you've enjoyed seeing these very tiny builds, and I very much enjoyed making them because it was a challenge. It was just something different, which I appreciated, and it was very fun. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. See ya. So I just wanted to pop in and say we are almost at the release of Pokemon Legends Arceus at the end of this week, and I'm undecided whether I'm going to do like a let's play in terms of have all this unedited footage and me talk over it and, you know, walk through with you guys like a traditional Let's Play, or whether I want to do more edited episodes, so I take the footage and then cut it down into like 10 minutes or something. But whatever it is, I'm going to definitely make some videos on it because I'm super excited. So whatever it is, I will definitely be making some content on that, so I hopefully will see you guys there. See ya!